Turn your living room into a joyful, hands-free playroom with CoComelon Sing and Play with JJ. Your child sings, moves, and learns right alongside JJ and friends, all on the big screen. It's designed thoughtfully to spark speech, rhythm, and coordination through songs and active play. Try an ad-free, safe, and interactive way to make screen time part of their learning and growth. Parents love how easy it is, voice-controlled and frustration-free. Kids love every moment of singing, laughing, and playing along. It's fun for them, and it's feel-good for you. Available now in the Volley app on your smart TV. Just search Volley in your TV's app store and start your free trial of CoComelon Sing and Play with JJ today. That's CoComelon Sing and Play with JJ. Available now in the Volley app on your smart TV. Search Volley and start your free trial today.
Volley. Welcome to Homeschooling Outside the Box, the podcast that encourages and equips moms to homeschool an outside-the-box child. Hey there, I'm Cindy Renna, and today's episode of the podcast is actually an audio blog of a post that I wrote over a year ago now that I hope will be an encouragement to you if you are going through a trying time. And it's called "The Plan Is There Is No Plan. When Things Spiral." We have made 2 out-of-state moves in 10 months. Last June, we moved from Alabama to Michigan to be closer to family, and when that didn't work out, the family part was great, everything else not so much, we came back to Alabama. We got here about 3 weeks ago, and the dust has barely settled. This is not the ideal set of circumstances for a consistent and peaceful home, or homeschool, or therapy schedule. So things have spiraled a bit. I am wrestling to hang on to my ideals in the midst of chaos. Screens have largely replaced reading and playing. Sugary convenience foods have largely replaced home-cooked meals. Disorder has replaced the beautiful rhythms and routines of our home. Reactions have replaced intentional responses. Have you been there, friend? I know, a little pandemonium. It's understandable, all things considered. It's a season. The struggle for me is that it's been a really long season. Put the house on the market, have lots of emotions, pack, sell, buy, unpack, rinse, repeat. I have been striving for normal. I keep hearing myself tell people, once we get settled, the boxes are all unpacked, and so I planned to start an actual school week last Monday. And then we got sick. 5 out of 6 of us. So another week of rest, another week of off track. I've noticed I'm constantly getting back on track. The good news is I've gotten pretty good at it. When there is no plan. Sometimes the plan is that there is no plan. Because no matter what your plan is, God has his plan too. And that one is always better anyway. What's the saying? I plan and God laughs. In a good-hearted, kindly, fatherly manner, he pats me on the head and says, I hear you, but this is what I think. In his infinite wisdom, he happens to know what's best. I voted for a full day of school and checked off boxes on a to-do list. He voted for rest. Guess who won? Guess what was actually necessary? Sometimes the plan is to rest. It's to have no plan, or a loose plan. Sometimes the plan is educational shows on Netflix and PBS Kids and lots of read-alouds, or a picnic at the park with some poetry, or playing in the backyard because the weather in Alabama is perfect, and in the summertime you better take advantage of those days, for they are few and far between. That plan is okay too sometimes. And when it's time, you'll head back on track. How do you get back on track? The same way you do anything else. One step at a time. Add one thing. Start with a few math problems. Add in some handwriting or copy work. Make it casual. If your child is being read aloud to, doing math, and writing a bit, you are in seriously good shape. You've got the 3 R's covered, and that's your foundation. If you want to get really snazzy, pop a disc of Story of the World into your CD player or listen to Peter and the Wolf by Maestro Classics. This is your hands-off teaching. Charlotte Mason was big on not getting in between the child and the author, and although she went to be with Jesus way before Audible showed its face, I think she'd be a big fan of audiobooks. We are determined that the children shall love books. Therefore, we do not interpose ourselves between the book and the child. Charlotte Mason. Keep adding one more thing throughout the week, and before you know it, look at you. You're having school for real. Picking what to add. Our homeschool curriculum is divided into two categories, group work and individual work. When easing back into full swing, I usually start with the group work. These subjects can be added more casually, and they don't always feel schoolish. Group work is orchestrated by me. The subjects are Bible, geography, habits, history, hymn study, literature, family read aloud, no matter how old your children are, memory work, music study, nature study, physical education, picture study, poetry, science for the lower level, around 1st to 6th grade-ish, and Shakespeare. It looks like a lot, but if you're following the Charlotte Mason method, you know that the feast is spread over the week, and many of the subjects only appear once. Language. Early or independent reading, handwriting, copywork, or a commonplace book, writing, grammar, spelling, and foreign language, both Latin and another foreign language, like German or French or Spanish. This category I call STEM L, and it's for science in the upper level grades, technology, engineering, math, and logic. Personal development, so that would be your citizenship, devotional or spiritual growth, handicrafts or art, some sort of performing art, like dance or theater, physical education or sports, and zone work, which is sort of like chores, but a little different. I'll have to post about that sometime to give you some more detail. And other. So that is where your therapy would fall, or summer camp, or any other thing that might be other than what we already mentioned. These subjects are largely skill-based, and they depend on your child's individual abilities, maturity, personality, and unique challenges. Some subjects are not covered until certain ages. For instance, grammar begins around the 4th year, and some subjects are only covered once a year or bi-yearly, like technology and engineering. I've also done something called You Pick Two, copyright credit, Panera Bread. I write everything that needs to be done in my children's to-do notebook, and I have them pick 2 things each day until the list is completely checked off. So in closing, no mommy guilt required. Last year, after reading The Life-Giving Home, Creating a Place of Belonging and Becoming by Sally Clarkson, I became slightly obsessed with the idea of living within the seasons. It was like a light bulb went off. God created seasons, and not all of them are the same. They all exist for different purposes. Ecclesiastes 3:1-8 tells us, and the birds put it to music, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Winter is restful. Spring is for rebirth. Summer is rejuvenating. Fall is reflective. What season are you in? Do you have a baby nursing every 2.5 hours? A toddler underfoot? A high-energy preschooler? An elementary child who wants to be on the go? A tween or teen craving independence? One or more of each? A season doesn't have to last 3 months. You could be in a season this week, or month, or year. Seasons can even be broken down daily into their little cousins, rhythms. Rhythms help you move through the day with grace, having a time for rest, a time for waking up, a time for action, and a time for contemplation. We are in a season of therapy. It has been a long season, and I'm not sure how long it will last, and that's okay. We are also in a season of having a high-energy 4-year-old and 3 tween boys. We're in a season of, we just moved again. Personally, I'm in the season of, my 30s are hating my 20s, and I can't survive on 6 hours of sleep anymore. So into the proverbial blender, all these seasons go, and I respond appropriately. I strive to work within the natural constraints of my life. The most important thing to remember is not to compare your season to anyone else's, especially someone who is not in the same season as you. You cannot live someone else's season, and why would you want to? Instead, live well within the one God has given you today. Thanks so much for listening to Homeschooling Outside the Box. If you are loving the show, please head over to iTunes and leave a review. This is a great way to help other moms just like you find encouragement in their homeschool with their outside-the-box child as well. For more encouragement, be sure to head to cindyrenna.com and you can check out some great blog posts as well as a shop that will help equip you on your homeschooling journey.